Life is kind of hard sometimes. It's going to naturally trigger us into states of anxiety or discomfort or anger or frustration or uncertainty, or we might be feeling vulnerable or incapable sometimes. That's just part of being alive. Welcome to the human race. Now, for an anxious person who's dealing with chronic anxiety or an anxiety disorder, this becomes a problem. And I'm often asked, well, what about anxiety that's triggered by real bad events in life or when life is triggering or life is stressful? What about that anxiety? And the answer is, well, what about it? An anxious person who's dealing with an anxiety disorder or a chronic state of anxiety gets tricked into thinking that the state of anxiety itself is the problem. The feeling is the problem. But it's not always the problem. Not all anxiety is disordered anxiety. If life is difficult, if you experience loss or struggle or challenge or conflict, and that triggers a natural response in you that it would for all humans, you have to recognize that we don't get to deny that. That just happens to everybody. If you're alive, you're going to experience that. So what do you do? What about that anxiety? Well, the first thing you got to do is recognize that you're calling the anxiety itself the problem, which is not true. Then you have to give yourself a little bit of permission to be human and feel that and have natural stress or challenge responses, because whether you want them or not, they're going to happen. Then you have to notice that you're fighting the fact that you're feeling things that anybody would feel in a difficult situation. Let your values guide you. Like, what is it about this situation that's upsetting me to begin with? That probably is a clue for what your next move should be. How do I interact with this loss or this challenge or this difficulty? How do I deal with this conflict that I'm in right now? Let your values guide you. But first, be nice. Recognize that you are human and you will respond when life presses on you. This week on episode 330 of the Anxious Truth podcast, we're talking about this. You can go to theanxioustruth.com/330 or check my YouTube channel or your favorite podcast app to listen. If you're not listening to that podcast, why not? And you should be listening to Disordered every Friday as well. There are way more resources than just short little videos in an endless scroll. I hope this helps. See you later.